Hi, today I'm going to talk about US return of partnership income. In this, you have Form 1065. Okay, this is to be done on the calendar year, which is from January to December. Okay, I'm going to walk you through a step by step each and every line item of this form. The form first establishes what is the principal business activity done, what is the name of the partnership. In B, you will get what is the principal product or service that is being offered, along with the name and street address, along with the PO box number. You can see the instructions in knowing the PO box number. Also, what is the business code number? So every business, particular industry or particular company has a business code where it belongs to. So the business code number is to be put it here. So you need to mention the city or town, state, province, country, and zip code of that foreign code number. So in line B, we'll find the employer identification number. In line E, we'll share the date of business started. In line F, we start total assets of the business. Now coming to the line G, so we need to check what is the applicable boxes that can be assigned to this. Whether it's an initial return, it's a final return, are we doing a name change, are we doing address change, or are we amending the return? So depending upon the situation, you need to check the boxes. Coming to point number H, which kind of accounting method is used? Generally, we see cash is the one which is most frequently used. However, we need to see from case to case basis which accounting method is used. Is it cash or accrual or other? Now, number of partners are there in the firm. So, what we see in line item I is what are the total number of scheduled K1s that we need to attach, each one for each partner during the time of the year. And in case we have to report profit and loss of business and also attach M3, we need to check on box number J. So in case of K, schedule K, you need to check if the partnership is aggregated with activities for section 465 at risk purposes, or we have grouped activities for section 469 passive activity purposes. Coming to 1A, which is the income section. In the income section, there are 8 columns. Okay. In those 8 columns, the first one is the gross receipts or sales. How much money, how much sale has been done, how much returns and allowances are there, and what is the balance. So in 1A and 1B, we find the number of returns or sales allowances when adjusted with gross receipts or sales received. Number 2 line item is cost of goods sold. What is the cost which we will incur in selling the goods? Number 3 is gross profit, which is line item 2 minus 1C. We'll get to know the gross profit. Cost of goods sold minus the balance of inventory. Then coming to line item 4, which is the ordinary income or loss from other partnerships, estates and trusts. Then line item 5 is the net farm profit loss. Attach schedule F for farm 1040. Line item 6 is net gain or loss from form 4797 part 2 line 17. Another is other income, which is attached statement, and eighth is the total income, which is the combination of lines 3 to 7 will give the total income in this case. Coming to as expenses, first is the salaries and wages other than the partners, less the employment credits. 10th is the guaranteed payments to partners. Another is repairs and maintenance. 12th is bad debts. Yeah, these are the deductions. Okay, I'm sorry with the expenses. These are the deductions. So what is the rent paid? That is a deduction. What are the taxes and licenses incurred? How much interest to be paid in case of any loan? We need to see the instructions. What is the depreciation? If needed, attach the form 4562. Less depreciation reported on form 1125A and elsewhere on return. What is the depletion? What are the current retirement plans? What is the benefit? What is the employment benefit program? And other deductions. So This will give us a total deductions idea which we can arrive at ordinary business income or loss. Coming to the tax and payment, interest due under the look back method, completed long term contracts. We need to attach form 8697, and interest due under the look back method, income forecast method attached in form 8866. Now we also have the BBA AAR imputed under payment. We also have other taxes, and we'll get the total balance due. How much is the total balance at the end of the year? Okay. And if we owe any amount to the IRS, please report it on line 29. And if we have made any overpayment, we should report it on overpayment section line 30. So an enrolled agent or anyone declaring can be signed in the paid preparer section, and the client or the partner needs to sign in the sign here section along with mentioning the date. Now coming to schedules B, what kind of entity is this return holding? Is it a general partnership? Is it a limited liability company? Sorry, it is a limited partnership. Is it a limited liability partnership? Is it a foreign partnership, or is it any other form of company? Now when you see at the end of the year what investment has been done, or what kind of partnership has been made. Did any foreign or domestic corporation partnership which has more than 50% stake in profit or loss or capital of the ownership? For this, a constructive ownership, which we can see in our instructions. You see, we need to attach this schedule B as an information on partners owning more than 50% of the partnership business. And also, did any individual or estate own directly or indirectly an interest of 50% or more in the profit, loss or capital of the partnership? Now next, coming to the third item, wherein there are two types. So at the end of the tax year, if the partnership owned directly 20% or more, or own directly or indirectly 50% of the voting power of all the stocks of all classes of stock entitled to vote of any of the domestic or corporation. For rules of constructive ownership, see line yes. You have to mention the name of the corporation, you have to mention the employer identification number of the corporation, you have to mention the country of incorporation, and you have to put down the percentage owned in voting stock. Now, what happens in a partnership? Does the partnership satisfy the given four conditions? What are the conditions? The partnership's total receipts for the year were less than a quarter million. Did it achieve this? The partnership's total assets at the end of the year were less than $1 million. Okay. Then schedules K1 are filed with the return and furnished to the partners on or before the due date, including extensions for the partnership return. The partnership is not filling out and is not required to file Schedule M3. If yes, the partnership is not required to complete Schedule L, Schedule M1, Schedule M2, item F on one page of Form 1065 or item L on Schedule K1. Is this a partnership, a publicly traded partnership as defined in section 469K2? During the year, did the partnership have any debt that was cancelled or forgiven, or the terms modified so as to reduce the principal amount of debt? See, these are the critical things that we need to go through before filing this form. Has this partnership filed, or it is required to file Form 8918 Material Advisor Disclosure Statement to provide information on any reportable transaction. At any time during calendar year 2022, did the partnership have an interest in or signature or authority over a financial account in a foreign country, such as a bank account, securities account, or other financial account. You need to see instruction as there is so much of information available on this. And filing requirements for F bar, which is foreign bank financial accounts reporting. You need to enter yes in the foreign country. Now let's go to the fifth slide wherein we will check this box if during the current or prior year tax the partnership distributed any property received in a like kind exchange or contributed such property to another entity which is apart from the disregarded entities wholly owned. So what happens is like kind exchange means which is a similar property wherein the exchange has been contributed or another similar type of entity other than a disregarded entity means other than a single holding company. At any time during the tax year, did the partnership distribute to any partner a tenancy in common or any other undivided interest in the partnership property? So during the year, if there was any kind of distribution made by the partner, then we need to put our undivided interest in the partnership property. If the partnership is required to file Form 8858, which is nothing but an information form, where we put in the information return of US persons with respect to foreign disregarded entities and foreign branches. Enter the number of forms 8858 attached. See instructions. Does the partnership have any foreign partners? If yes, enter the number of forms 8805, foreign partners information statement and section 1446 withholding tax filed for this partnership. Enter the number of forms 8865, return of US persons with respect to certain foreign partnerships attached to this return. We need to make any payments in 16A. By making any payments in 2022 that would be required to file form 1099, you need to see the instruction. In case of yes, you need to mention yes, else you can click on no. You need to enter the number of forms 5471 information return of US persons with respect to certain foreign corporations attached to this return. Now in case you have any other people whom you need to attach, so you please have to mention it in form 5471. Also you need to enter the number of partners that are foreign governments under section 892. During the partnership's tax year, did the partnership make any payments that would require it to file Form 1042 or 1042S under Chapter 3, Section 1441? Also, what kind of partnership was this? Was this partnership a specific domestic entity required to file Form 8938 during year, which means it extended more than $100,000 in the year? Is the partnership a Section 721 partnership as defined in the regulation section? During the tax year, did the partnership pay or accrue any interest or liability for which one or more are not allowed a deduction under Section 267A? If yes, then you have to enter the total amount of disallowed deductions. Next is, did the partnership have an election under Section 163J for any real property, trade or business or any farming business in effect during the tax year? We need to see the instructions. Does the partnership satisfy one or more of the following? See instructions. The partnership owns a pass-through entity with current or prior year carryover excess business interest expense. Now coming to whether the partnership satisfy one or the more of the following, we need to also check the instructions on the same. What is it? Is the partnership own a pass-through entity with current or prior year carryover excess business interest expense? This is very important to assess. The partnership's aggregate average annual gross receipts determined under section 448C for the 3 tax years preceding the current tax year are more than $27 million and the partnership has business interest expense. If yes, complete and attach form 8990. If partnership attaching 8996 to certify a qualified opportunity fund, then if it is yes, enter the amount in 8996 in the line 15. Next is each, enter the number of foreign partners subject to 864C8 as a result of transferring all or portion of an interest in the partnership or of receiving distribution from the partnership. Complete Schedule K3 Form 1065 Part 8 for each foreign partner subject to Section 864C8 on a transfer or distribution. At any time during the tax year were there any transfers between the partnership and its partners subject to the disclosure requirement of regulation section 17078. Since December 22nd, 2017, did a foreign corporation directly or indirectly acquire substantially all or part of the properties constituting a trade or business of your partnership, and was the ownership by vote or value for purpose of section 7874 greater than 50%? For example, the partners had more than 50% of the stock of foreign corporation. If yes, please list the percentage by value by vote. And is it reserved for future use? Is the partnership electing out of the centralized partnership audit regime under section 622 1B? See instructions. If yes, the partnership must complete schedule B2, enter the total from schedule B2 part 3. If no, complete designation of partnership representative below. Designation of partnership representative, name of partnership representative, US address of partnership representative, US phone number of partnership representative. If the partnership representative is an entity, name of the designated individual for the PR, US address of designated individual, US phone number of designated individual. Now let's come to Schedule K. This is one of the most important forms which comes with Schedule K, which comes with Form 1065 is what was the ordinary business income or loss? What is the net rental real estate income or loss from income section, deduction section, self-employment section and credit section? Now let us discuss the income section. What are the other gross rental income that is received from whatever investment in property that has been made? Expenses from other rental activities. Other. So what are the other gross rental income? What is the guaranteed payments or services received? What kind of interest income is gained? And total, uh, total, we need to add the lines 4A and 4B. That is total guaranteed payments from the services and payments from the capital invested. What is the dividend and dividend equivalence, whether it is ordinary dividend or qualified dividend? What are the royalties received? Sometimes you write a book and sometimes you get the royalties. So what are the total royalties received? What is the net short-term capital gain? What is the net long-term capital gain? How much is the collectible taxes, which is 28%? Excuse me. What is the unrecaptured section 1250 gain? What is the net section 1231 gain or loss? What is the other income or loss? So coming to the expenses, we see section 179 deduction, we see contributions, we see investment interest expense, we see section 59E to expenditures, we see other deductions, see instructions. Okay, these are the deductions. Now what is self-employment earnings? What is the net earnings from self-employment? So in this we'll see gross farming or fishing income, gross non-farm income. Also when we go to the credits, we see the low income housing credit as per section 42I. 42J line 5. What is the low income housing credit, which is for others, and what is the qualified rehabilitation expenditures, rental real estate, attach form 3468 if applicable, other rental real estate credits, see instructions type. What are the other rental real estate credits? What are the other rental credits? We need to see instructions to follow through this. What are the other credits? And internationally, does the partner hold or distributor have share items international, and check this box to indicate that you are reporting items of international tax relevance. What is the alternative minimum tax? Now, post 1986 depression equipment, there can be an adjusted gain or loss. There can be depletion other than oil and gas. Oil, gas and geothermal properties, what is the income? Oil, gas and geothermal properties, what are its deductions? What are the other AMT items? What is the other information required for this return is what is the tax exempt interest income? What are the other tax exempt income? What are the non-deductible expenses? What is the distributions of cash and marketable securities? What are the distributions of any other properties? What can be the investment income? What is the investment expenses? What are the other items and amounts? What are the total foreign taxes paid or accrued? And Schedule L, before that we do the analysis of net income or loss per return. Net income or loss combined Schedule K lines 1 through 11. From the results subtract the sum of Schedule K lines 12 through 13D and 21. Analysis by partner type, general partners, limited partners. Corporate, individual active, individual passive. What are the partnership? Is there any exempt organization? Is there any nominee or other nominee on this? Now let's come to Schedule L, which gives you the balance sheet as per books, balance sheet at the beginning of the year, vis-a-vis balance sheet at the end of the years. What is the assets and liabilities and capital? Now coming to the asset, cash is the topmost line item 1 in assets, followed by trade notes and accounts receivable. When you deduct with allowances for bad debts, then you get calculate your inventories, your US government obligations, the tax exempt securities, other current assets, loans to partners or persons related to partners, mortgage and real estate loans, other investments attached statement, buildings and other depreciable assets, less accumulated depreciation, depletable assets, less accumulated depletion, land net of any amortization, intangible assets amortizable only, less accumulated amortization, other assets, attached statement, total assets, right? What are the liabilities and capital? Accounts payable, mortgage notes, bonds payable in less than 1 year, other credit liabilities. uh, Look at the statement, other current liabilities, other decreases.